Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. This time around we're going to be talking about the new movie Ant-Man and the Wasp. This will be a non-spoilers discussion, so let's get into it. So, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the newest Marvel film out. It is the last Marvel film of 2018. And Marvel did not leave this year on a high note. The film it's not bad. It's not bad. It is good at best. And, yeah, that's actually really disappointing to say because, I think it's a little unfair for people to, compare this to Infinity War, because this is the next film after that. I mean, that was such an event film, and unlike anything we've seen from Marvel prior. So, I mean, plus, everything that I going for it, the build-up of, 10 plus years of movies and stuff for Ant-Man and the Wasp, wasn't building off of all that. So it's really unfair for people to make that comparison, so I'm not going to. What I will compare this film, though, is to the original Ant-Man film, and I think that came out in 2015. And I loved that film. I remember when that one was first coming out, people were like, I don't know, this might be the first blunder for Marvel, but look, we said that about Guardians of the Galaxy, and when that came out, that completely blew us on our heels. That was a spectacular film in all regards, and Ant-Man was too. I've only seen that movie, I think, 2 or 3 times since it's come out, but I love that film so much. It was just a nice breath of fresh air, and it was really an unexpected hit, a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy. Whereas Ant-Man and the Wasp, fast forwarding 3 or 4 years later, because I don't remember the exact release date of the first film, this movie repeats a lot of beats from previous Marvel films, and it's the biggest thing that people will probably attribute that to is the comedy. And we all know that Marvel films, they like their comedy. They have comedy in them. They have a lighthearted tone most of the time, save for, Infinity War, or even, parts like Civil War and stuff. But most of the time Marvel does a good job of handling their comedy and everything else. They don't let the comedy oversee the story, the characters, the action, music, dialogue, tension, character building, world building, you name it. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, though, I feel like they let the comedy go in front of everything else, and everything else that I previously mentioned was put on the back burner, because there is a lot of comedy in this Marvel film, and I feel it overshadows everything. And I feel that a lot of it was not necessarily forced, but it was just constantly there. There were some scenes where I truly did have a good laugh. I did, I saw with a buddy of mine, I turned to him, and we laughed, into our elbows and stuff, because we were in a full theater, we didn't want to burst out laughing, But there were more moments, though, where not only did I not laugh at all, or that my friend did not laugh at all, but the theater did not laugh at all either. And when you cannot land comedy in a film, and there's just that dead time, that dead space for however long it is, whether it's 2 seconds or 2 minutes, that is dead space, and that is awkward space. And there was a handful of awkward moments for me in this film, and a lot of it had to do with the comedy. And again, yeah, Ant-Man, his name alone, you know what you're getting. You're getting a weird, different, curveball type Marvel film. Plus, I know that this movie was kind of meant to be the palate cleanser from Infinity War, because Infinity War was such a bombshell. We did not expect half that stuff to go down, and it did. And you can argue that Infinity War was the Empire Strikes Back of the Marvel universe, because the bad guy won and the heroes lost, and they lost big time in Infinity War. obviously. We've all seen that film like 3, 4, 5 times because it's incredible. But I feel like Marvel, when they were making this movie, they knew that Infinity War was gonna, you know, be a bomb for the audiences, and they were like, okay, we gave them that hard pill to swallow. Now let's get ourselves back to form, what we do best. Let's make a nice, lighthearted film. And I feel like they pushed that agenda really far, and the film overall suffered in every other aspect. Again, the film is not a bad film. It is good at best, and it is a fun film. It is fun. But it is also Marvel's most family-friendly film, probably to date. I would even go as far as to say you could probably get away with rating this film PG. That is not to say that there is no action, no swearing, no dramatic moments. You know, there is stuff like that. But just the placing of it, it felt really sporadic, and it felt like those were kind of just there because it's a superhero film, and those have to happen. You have to have the occasional action scene, the occasional dramatic moment. It felt kind of very cookie cutter. It just felt like a movie, if that makes any sense. I mean, when a movie feels like a movie, that's normally not a good thing, and in this case, it's really not a good thing. I'm not trying to destroy this film in my discussion. I can't stress this enough. I enjoyed my time there. I did. I wanted more. And I thought I was going to enjoy myself even more because that first Ant-Man film, I truly think is a great film. And the director, Peyton Reed, who made the first film, came back to direct the second one. And I wanted more. And everything like that. I will say, though, a big plus for me was the character of the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly, who played the Wasp in this movie. She stole the show for me, and she was my favorite part of the whole movie. I thought that her performance and her character and just everything that she did in that movie, just it brought it up for me. It really did. I thought every scene she was in elevated the film, and I loved it. She is definitely the star. She really does steal the show, and I could see her becoming a almost like an instant hit among fans. I want to see more of her. I hope she gets more time to grow and to shine and to be the super cool character that she is, because the Wasp is cool, and Evangeline Lilly did a great job in her performance as that character, and she acted really great alongside Paul Rudd, who's Ant-Man, and Michael Douglas, who's Hank Pym. I thought that trio worked really great together, but I mean, Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp, I thought was the best of that three, by far. Some tires just squealed behind me. I don't know if you guys heard that. I record the best take. You know how it is. I don't edit this, so whatever gets picked up will be in the video. But no, I thought she was wonderful, and yeah, I hope we get to see more of her, because that character exceeded my expectations completely. But I don't know if I mentioned that I saw this movie with a friend. I think I did. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm seeing this. I saw this movie at like 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm just getting out now. It's like 11 when I'm shooting this, so I can just, chill. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I saw it with a friend. Anyway, what I'm getting to that was, my friend, he had a good time too. He laughed at some moments. He did not laugh at others. Just like me, we kind of just enjoyed the ride, But after the film ended and the end credit scenes happened, there are two. There's mid credits and there's end credits, and both of those are great. Definitely stick around. Those are two top-notch end credit scenes by Marvel. They know how to tease us, and that first one is that's a good one. And then the second one is just a little cherry on top. It's almost like a cherry on top of the cherry. It's just good. Anyway, after those two scenes happened, and we were just kind of, you know, waiting to see if there was, you know, even something extra. He did turn to me in the seat, and he said that he thought he was good because I asked him about it, but he did say that he doesn't think that this movie is as rewatchable as the others. And then we had to kind of just a brief discussion in the chairs, and then kind of like walking out of the theater, like to our car and stuff. And we both agreed that this probably isn't in our top 5. It might not even be in the top 10 best Marvel movies, and it certainly did not make our favorites list either. Again, him and I both agree this movie is not a bad movie. It's good. It's a hit for Marvel, but it is not a smash hit, and it'll be a hit financially, I'm sure, but it will not be a hit with fans. That's not to say people won't like the film. I just think that this might be just one we kind of just, you know what, we just move on. You know, like, you know, Infinity War, long-lasting impression. Civil War, long-lasting impression. You know, Winter Soldier, long-lasting impression. You know, even the original Iron Man, long-lasting impression. I mean, those are films that, you know, we still talk about a lot in the Marvel universe and the Marvel fan community. And then you look at films like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which, again, I like that movie, but I know, you know, it could have been better. And the same can be said for Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was good. It could have been better. And we might just kind of agree as a fan community that this was one of their B-list movies, and that's okay, because, you know, Marvel has put out a couple B-list movies, in my opinion, of course. I mean, Iron Man 2 and 3, and even maybe the first Thor film. I haven't seen that one in a while, but I just remember not being wowed by that movie, even in the later years. So, again, it's just to reiterate what I'm saying. It's good. It's not great, and it's fun. It really is just fun. If you're a diehard Marvel fan, definitely see it. You know, it's the next chapter. It's a good chapter, and yeah, as I said before, it is Marvel's probably Marvel's most family-centered film, and it's probably just the easiest one for anybody to watch, whether you're a super fan or a casual, or you've never seen a Marvel movie before, and you just want to go to the theaters and have a nice, fun, relaxing time. This is the movie for you to see. And yeah, I don't think there's much more to talk about on this movie without just repeating what I've said before. I will add, though, just before I forget, I really did like Paul Rudd in the movie too. I thought the relationship he had with his daughter as the father and daughter paradigm thing, I thought that worked really well. I thought he played the father figure a lot better than he did in the first film. Again, not to say that he wasn't a good father in the first film. He was, but I just it was a lot more touching in this film, had a lot more heart to it. Yeah. Oh, and also, before I forget, because I've forgotten, I didn't really figure this out until like a couple hours before I saw the movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a prequel to Captain America. It's not a prequel to Captain America Civil War. I'm sorry for the warning. It is a prequel to Infinity War. It takes place right after Civil War. So everything that happens in this movie happens before Infinity War, and that's not a spoiler. They show that in the trailers and stuff, and that's like in the synopsis somewhere. But I did see some people get confused by that. I myself was a little confused too. I wasn't sure where it's really landing in the timeline, but then my friend explained it to me, and he showed me some articles and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. So for those of you that are going to see this movie soon, and you definitely should, because it's good, just know that this takes place before Infinity War and after Captain America Civil War. And again, I apologize for swearing. It is late. I'm driving home now, and I'm recording this. And yeah, so just I'm sorry. I don't like swearing in my reviews. But yeah, if you like this video, you know, comment, like, subscribe, sure, do all that good stuff, and see Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters now. It is a good film.